Hey, Patreon, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and now we're going to give you the rest of the story. So first of all, sometimes to like, I guess, be nice, not bust people out, things like that. We do sugarcoat some things on camera. I know I tell you guys we're very, very open, and with what happens to us and what we do, we are. Like, we are. But I don't always want to bust other people out. However, I want to tell you a little bit more about why we were really pissed when the snake came in, especially Colin, because it came to him at first here at the shop. He was on here when it came in. It's because it's a lot of times this happens. People lose a job and they don't have the money to take care of it, and I understand that. I get that. I get life changes and money gets lost, and you're trying to get past something you just don't, and you got to lose something you love. I understand that, but that's not what happened here, is it?
No, that was not the case. Unfortunately, with this animal, it seemed to me that the owner was just, to better lack of words, just simply uneducated about how a snake lives its life and how it feeds.
God, you're being nice.
Well, I mean, that's how it was. So this individual was actually a customer of ours, and I don't usually try to pry into people's lives unless they ask for advice on their animals, because I just think that's a little bit overbearing sometimes. But she has been buying frozen rodents from us, and so I know that she had the rodents at her house because she actually brought in a bag of frozen rodents with this animal. So she brought its food with the animal. So she could have fed it, but judging by the size of this individual, like I said, this is at best the size of like a 2-year-old, and this animal, she told me, she has personally owned for 7 years. So the fact that it is this emaciated simply means she just was not feeding it. I imagine every other month at the most this animal was fed, which is barely enough to stay alive, let alone grow. So the fact that it is as big as it is kind of impressive. But yeah, I was pretty upset with this lady for doing this to the animal simply out of uneducation. If she had known that a snake, when it's young and growing, should eat on average about once a week, and then you can slow that down on larger adults that aren't growing anymore. But if she had known that, this could have been prevented. This animal would never be here. I would see this.
I'll take it a step further past uneducated to say she's flat fucking lazy. I mean, you got the food right there, you're not trying, and then you don't ask if you don't know. And I mean, anybody, you could not know a goddamn thing about snakes, and you could have seen this animal that came in and known it had a problem, right?
I was kind of taken aback when I saw it. It was borderline animal abuse.
So that's where I'm a little bit angry. I'm not going to go out there, because I don't know if they watch us or not. I'm going to guess they probably don't, or they'd know their animal shouldn't look like that. But and just rail them, because in the end they did do the right thing, and I do appreciate them doing the right thing and bringing it in and not letting it starve to death. But fuck, man, like, you had the food. Like I say, it's not something I can understand. I can understand if it was money. I can understand if you lost a job. I can understand if something changed in your life.
Yeah.
But you had a whole bag of food. Mm-hmm. You came in and bought it when we had a bulk sale. Yeah. And you just, we got a little shit the other day because we showed our boa update, and Kurt takes really good care of that boa. It was spoiled fucking rotten. And I admit, that boa, it may be a little chunky, right? And boas don't even have to eat that much. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you've got to work to starve it that much. You have to make a conscious fucking decision that, I'm just not going to feed my snake. When I had my adult male boa that I had forever and a day for, I had to give him, because of life changes, I was trying to make somebody in Kurt's girlfriend's position that position, and she couldn't get that position. Or yeah, Colin's girlfriend. Kurt doesn't have a girlfriend. He has a wife. Sorry, Jen. I was purely accidental. So, I was trying to get my ex-wife knocked up. That's the long and short of it before we found out she couldn't have kids. That's kind of a sensitive subject. That's Kurt's cousin. So anyway, and she was freaking out about the boa, and we had to get rid of it just to make peace in the house. But, I would vary its food. I didn't feed it. Sometimes I'd feed it every week, and then maybe I'd feed it every 3 weeks, and maybe I'd let it go a month, and every 2 weeks, because of some research I'd read talking about a varied schedule would lead to longer life, according to a zoo that had tested both control. A long story. So, hard to do with the big collections, why I don't do it now. But you had to try. Like, look at this spine.
Yeah, and not only try for a while, but over a period of years.
Yeah, this doesn't happen in a month. Didn't happen in 2 months.
Years.
So that's why I am like biting my tongue on the fucking YouTube video. But with you guys, I could just be like, holy shit, what the fuck, lady? And Colin's all really nice, still like, she was uneducated. Yeah, she had her head clear up her fucking ass, so that's how uneducated she was. So, but, again, even if that happens and somebody brings that to you and you really just want to, like, choke him because the animal's in such a bad condition, you've got to remember, put on the happy face that they're giving it up to a better situation and be thankful for that, I guess, is the only thing we can take, and we're going to make it right, so.
Yep. The biggest thing with me is that she had the rodents, and this snake has an incredible feeding response, so it wasn't like it just didn't want to eat.
Yeah, 1 + 1 will equal 2.
She just wasn't feeding it.
It's not doing it. It's not that fucking hard. Heat up some goddamn water, put the rat in it, go watch a show on Netflix, come back. I mean, these things don't even have heat pits. You just need it thawed out. You don't want it cold. Feed it. Fucking shake it around. It'll come get it. It ain't rocket science. Use a pair of kitchen tongs if you're worried about getting bit. Fuck, I can go on. And if you're really that worried, go to somebody that knows if you don't know and ask, and we'll tell you. Okay, we're a reptile shop. We probably would have sold you some feed tongs. But still! So it's just frustrating.
The other thing, too, to be honest with you, if you have an animal like this that you have had for 7 years that is about, I don't know, 4 foot long, 4.5 feet, and you're really so scared of it biting you that you're going to give it up, I don't know if you probably should have had the animal to begin with.
Right. There is that. Maybe you should have started with something a little bit easier, like a corn snake or something of that nature. All right, guys. That's all I got. Anything you want to add?
That's about it.
So if you see that lady, you don't know her, just... No, don't do that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.